I wanted to do a video about this and address this because right now there are horrible things happening here. And I recommend people looking this up. There's not that much in the Western stuff, but I recommend going on this country's version of BBC and translating it into English because they're actually talking about it. Because this is the reason why I want to talk about this is because when this was happening, the Seven stuff, I was pretty upset about that. I was upset that it was focused in the US because in the US there's nothing happening. And that perspective is not only an old perspective of always just looking at this, but to me, this is the thing about taking up space. I talk about this all the time about the internal reality, the internal external reality, and the external reality. And when you take up space, it takes people's thoughts and time and energy. And when you cry about the same things, when there's other people who are going through things like this, and there's no one on TikTok talking about this, this is what is upsetting. Also, I'm going to show a picture in the background really quick. If you look at this, you would never think that these things are happening all day and they're going to keep happening for, they said, 2 more weeks, probably longer. It's happening every day, constantly, and they're only showing one side. And when when the media shows only one side to something, it's basically, this is what happens. Like, this is people are not seen. They have no power. They have no help. They have no people speaking for them. They have no people even voting. When they do voting, they will never think of these people. They won't, because they're not here. Instead, it's about them being a villain or things like that. And these are political things, right? Instead of it being like the actual humans. Like, they don't. No one's saying it. It's not trending. And then if it was trending, it still also loses its purpose as well. There was one, I'm going to show you one that's not as creepy. It's the one down here. Of course, you can't even see it. Of course, that's the one that you can't see very well. You can only see these. But what they say here is actually the only one that is, like, talking about what's actually going on. So I know people are like, who cares about newspapers and media? But this shows me the same vibe of what's going on. By the way, this is in London. These newspapers. This is the same vibe as what was going on with Seven. There still are so many things going on in many countries, and thinking that, like, what actually Seven said applies to either the world ending, but that's not what it was. It was, then she was like, it's about the US. And then they're like, oh, it's not about the US. It's actually about like the whole, the whole world. And when you listen to the Seven Things, it's not about that at all. It's not about the world ending. It's not about those things. It was about everyone thinking for themselves, which is the swimming thing, and exploring and becoming themselves. So, as you can see, from my perspective, because all of that's gone, she got rid of everything. This shows the same thing. This is the same thing that is going to happen over and over again. It gets buried. So the message that I'm saying, luckily I have my people that that need, that help, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm even going to keep going for Seven if people need it. But this unseen, the taking up space and having power over people from taking up space and ignoring what's actually happening. Like, they're taking advantage of the fact that these people cannot go online right now. They can't say anything. And no one's going to listen anyway. They're not, right? Like, it's very hard for them. They have to, like, do all these processes to even go online. And they're limited to what they can do. It's not fair. I only know this because, like, I even have this follower who's going through this right now, and my partner's family is, some of them are living there now and some are here because of studying and things like that. They're in London. And you know, and I'm, by the way, I'm not saying it over and over again on purpose, because a long time ago when I did a video about this, it got taken down because of also that. Another thing is my partner's constantly, even though he has a British passport, he goes through so many discriminations because of this as well. And it's true racism. They will just shut down the accounts. And people are, like I said in this, the 7 thing, if people were actually listening to these things, like if she kept wanting it to be about the world, but she didn't talk about the world, she kept talking about the US. So even if she wanted to go for that, this is, like I said, I'm doing this video because I'm very upset about this. I'm very disappointed in everyone. You'd think that because of these trends, people would kind of understand things and start doing stuff. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I think if any of this reaches people, I really hope that people find out more about this. And I hope that they look into this and they start supporting it, because they can't. They don't have the voices. I would, if I actually was a journalist, or this was what I do, or my intention is to empower people. So this video is appropriate that I'm doing right now, and unveil and make sure that people can see the things that are hidden and see the things, just see them, right? But if other people want to, that are journalists or interested in sharing these things and learning about other cultures and what they're going through, the people are going through, not the stupid, you know, politics stuff. I would love if you could do that for me, because that is not my specialty, and this is the what I can do. And I hope that people see this and support people like her, and everyone else. Support them, please. It's gross. Like, I don't know why people are doing this.